What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? I get started when I see a few people in the room. When you come in, if you want to, go ahead and shout your city out and where you from. Shout your name out, shout your city out, man. You know what I mean? Shout your name out, shout your city out. Shout your name out, shout your city out. All right, I see I got one person in the room. All right, all right, all right. All right, I got two people in the room. If y'all feel it, shout your name out, drop your city in the comments, man. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe, all the nine, the whole nine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right, this your boy Bishop coming to y'all with some breaking news. Earlier today, the U.S. House approved the $2,000 coronavirus aid checks sought by Trump. So basically, the House, the Congress, the House is controlled by the Democrats. They overwhelmingly voted for it. There was maybe a few people who didn't want to rock with it, um, but most of the Democrats was for it, so that's why it passed. Now it goes off to the Senate, which is controlled by the Republicans, which is Mitch McConnell. Now, my thoughts on it is, how can I say this? Trump, no, don't nobody like him. He see from his side, definitely the Democrats. Don't nobody fuck with dog, right? Don't nobody fuck with Trump. So his whole reason, and that I can see why he doing what he doing, especially for not signing the bill right away and waiting like a week after, going on like a little rant and this, that, and the third, is because he want to throw the ball because the Republicans ain't looking out for him, right? Because he asked them, hey man, some election fraud going on. All the Republicans like, man, that shit dead. Let's keep it moving, man, and we'll look forward to the next 4 years. Mitch McConnell congratulated Joe Biden and the whole nine. So Trump salty. He seemed like that type of cat. You know what I'm saying? Like he like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get back at you. You know what I'm saying? So now he getting back at Mitch McConnell because the ball is in his court. Now they got two Senate seats on a runoff in Georgia that I think is January 5th or the 6th, one of them. You know what I mean? And people voting now, you know what I'm saying? And by mail-in ballot in the whole nine. But if Mitch McConnell decide not to go along with this, or at least say, okay, well, we ain't gonna give him 2,000, we'll give him 14. You know what I mean? Maybe even say, okay, let's do another 12. But if he say no to nothing and it just stalls out in the Senate, trust me, them two seats already up for grabs right now and is leaning towards the Democrats. But definitely they're gonna lose them two seats. He gonna lose control of the Senate, and his leadership role is gonna go out the window along with it. So strategically wise, he's caught in a chess. Trump then basically checkmated him. They feeling like they checkmated Trump, but Trump then checkmated the whole Republican Party because now all eyes are on them to say, okay, what y'all gonna do? It passed in the House. Now we off to the Senate. Senate controlled by the Republicans. The ball is in your court. Y'all can't say Trump didn't. You understand? They can't blame it on Trump. They can't try to weasel their way out. Well, Trump won for Trump. No, Trump the one who said it. So basically, he checkmated Mitch McConnell and the Republican Party. So their whole political careers are on the line because, how can I say this? A lot of people, it ain't just they make it like, oh, just immigrants, black people, uh, poor this and poor minorities. Like we the only ones suffering. That's true, but it's farthest from the truth because majority of America in general is suffering. I was riding through, I'm in here in Detroit, Michigan. I was riding through different cities. If y'all know anything about Howell, Brighton, just different cities, and I'm seeing how neighborhoods is putting out like a makeshift shelf where they got fresh fruits, and then they might have a box at the bottom that got perishables, non-perishables, things of that nature. So neighbors are looking out for neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Because we as humans are prideful, especially black folk. We ain't gonna we gonna fake until we make it, and majority of people like that. So it's a lot of people that's really suffering out here, man. Like literally, white, black, orange, and purple. That's really suffering, but they're not gonna say nothing. They're just gonna try to make do. Move some money around, move some things around. Might have to cut back on a few things, but they're not gonna just necessarily just run out there and be kicking and screaming like I ain't got no money. So it's a lot of people that's in a bad position, Republican and Democrat, that support both parties. So, like I said, if Mitch McConnell said, "Oh man, no, we ain't doing that shit," woo, 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 it's a lot of people that's Republican that's suffering. Business owners, um, farming people. I mean, it's a lot of people that's suffering, man. In rural America, not just the inner cities, in the rural America, suffering. And I saw firsthand. That's why I brought up the fact about riding through these different cities, man, and seeing that they, neighbors looking out for neighbors and things like that, which is cool. But it just shows you that people really struggling. So that's kind of like a silent way of, you know, people going to get help without basically raising their hand or running out there talking about they need help. They can just ride up, see some fresh fruit out there, what I'm saying, grab some fruit, grab some canned goods, jump back in their car and go about their business. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna question them. Hey, flag them down like, hey, just take it. It's there. It's free. Go ahead. But like I said, a lot of people suffering. So if my man don't sign that, if he don't sign off on that or figure out like, because in the Senate they can revise it. They can say, okay, you want the 2 G's, I'll compromise and do 15. But if he just be like, man, I ain't doing nothing, it's a wrap. They're gonna lose the Senate. Democrats gonna control both houses and the presidency, and it's gonna all eyes gonna turn to the Republicans. All eyes gonna turn to Republicans. So he ain't got no choice, honestly, from a political career and checkmate type of standpoint. He ain't got no choice but to come up with something. So he got to get with the leader. So he got to get with the other folk and try to get everybody in line and say, hey, you know what I mean? Because everybody political career gonna be on the line. Because in the next 2 years, it's what I'm saying, is the certain seats are up for, and then 2024, what I'm saying, all the seats is up. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a super majority for the Democrats. And don't nobody want that. And they don't want to lose their jobs and their careers. They sitting eating good and getting free health care and the whole nine. You think they want to get that shit up? They're not about to get that up. So I think that he's gonna compromise. I really do. I don't think he's gonna come and say, now we might not get the whole 2,000, but we're gonna get some extra cheese. I don't know how much. I'm saying 15, but it could be less than that. It could be another. They say, okay, let's throw another. Okay, we did game 6. All right, let's throw them 900. You know what I mean? That's 15. You know what I mean? So I can see him kind of making some type of deal and revising the Senate and throwing some extra cheese out there. But he ain't got no choice. So that's the breaking news. Also, let me see here, man. They got this situation. I'm gonna talk about the Nashville right quick. In Nashville, on Christmas Day, there was a bombing in Nashville. They said the guy who did the bombing, he dead. So they don't know his motive, why he did what he did. But the AT&T building, people are saying, I don't know how true it is, you know what I'm saying, but AT&T had a contract to overlook the Dominion voting machines for fraud. So that plays a factor. They touting the police. So, people talking about defunding the police. So was that a motive? Like everybody keep, oh man, these conspiracy theories, you got to think. You know what I mean? Conspiracy theories, basically, you got to think. A lot of people don't like to think. But why does it happen? Why? When did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this shit happening? Why? On Christmas, he died in the bombing. Don't nobody know his motive. In Nashville, AT&T building, Dominion voting machines. I mean, come on, man. It ain't rocket science, man. So that right there should tell you what Joe Biden administration, what he gonna be doing, and what he gonna be, what's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of shit, man. I hate to say it. I'm praying and hoping that 2021 it be better than 2020, but it looking like it's about to go up another notch. They got a virus that was in the UK over there in Europe that's basically COVID, not 19, but 21. So it's a whole new virus. So we just got the vaccines that I ain't fucking with, my family ain't fucking with, but they got the they got the vaccines out for the COVID-19. So is them vaccines for the COVID-19 gonna be able to deal with the COVID-21, the new strain? They say it's more it transmits faster. So okay. Now that is in the UK, but it's in Canada. It's a case in Canada. Canada is right above us in Michigan, so it ain't too far fetched how I can get here. So then, if the new strain get here, what does that do? What does that start a whole new round of? Oh, we need vaccines and we need this and we need that. You know, so I just think 2021, you got to kind of like hold your horses and just take it as a day by day approach, because it's a lot that's going on. For a lot of y'all who thought, oh well, man, we voted Donald Trump out and he gonna be out of there. Now technically he's still the president, but look at all these murders that's been happening, or a lot of shit that's been happening to black people by the police. It's gonna get worse. It's a situation right now where they just fired an Ohio cop for killing Andre Hill because he turned off his body cam, but I guess when he turned his body cam back on, there was some faulty shit going on. He basically murdered the black man. That's what they do. See? Now, do you hear Joe Biden? Do you hear Kamala? Oh, we need to defund the police, or we need to get rid of qualified immunity. You don't hear that from either side, Democrat or Republican. You don't hear nothing. See, y'all niggas is so caught up in, we got to get this nigga out, and fail to realize the people that you voting in is worse than Trump because they hide who the fuck they is. See, I'd rather deal with a motherfucking open racist than the covert racist. See, the covert racist is the motherfucker when I fill out a job application and he will, that position just got filled. But he lying. He just don't want to hire me because I'm black. Openly racist, riding through a certain city, a certain area, get out, hey, you nigger. Yeah, it make you mad, but it's like he spoke his mind. He ain't hiding the fact that he don't like niggas. See? So now I know who the enemy is. I know, okay, watch that motherfucker. See? So y'all being duped by the Democrats, and that's how they keep stringing us along. They throw a little so-called black face out there, which is Kamala, and everybody, oh, she's sister girl. If she's so sister girl, why she ain't said shit about the black woman who had the police, 12 white men, run up in her apartment or her house, wherever she lived at in Chicago, and basically had her handcuffed, 12 white men, while she naked as hell because she just was in the shower. They ramshacked it, but they got the whole time was the wrong apartment, wrong house, or whatever that she lived in. Wrong shit. Then the mayor, Beetlejuice, aka Lori Lightfoot, LGBT Lightfoot, covered it up. A black woman. Because so you could be black skin-wise, but have a European mindset. See, we so caught up in, oh, representation matters. Fuck representation if it don't matter. If they not for the people, it don't matter. I don't want nobody in there. I'd rather deal with a motherfucking white man or somebody else. Don't put no nigga up in there and oh, you see, they're black. That don't mean shit. They can have a white mentality, a white European mind. So we're gonna have to tighten up out here, man. Like for real. If they give us this money, tighten up. Don't go spending it willy-nilly and just, you know what I mean? Tighten up out here, man. And I'm speaking to my black folk. Like we need to tighten up out here. I was having a conversation with a cat, man, and we was talking about some real shit because we gonna end up we are a permanent underclass, but if we don't make some moves in the next year or two, maybe three, we for sure gonna be a straight up permanent underclass with a few Negroes with some money, with a few little things, but the majority of black people gonna suffer. See, it's deep. So we got to tighten up out here, man. So that was my breaking news. Basically, Congress passed on the $2,000. It's off to the Senate. Hopefully, Mitch McConnell make a move, but you know he in a tight spot. Him and the Republicans, they in a tight spot. You know what I mean? So hopefully they do give the people some relief, you know, temporarily, and hopefully we can turn this thing around because where we headed, man, is deep. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people don't want to pay attention to it. A lot of people don't want to, you know what I mean? It's depressing. Trust me, it's depressing. But you got to deal with the facts. You know what I'm saying? It's like being in a relationship. It's like going to work and dealing with certain things. You got to face it to deal with it. You can't just turn a blind eye to it and be like, nah, I don't want to hear that. You got to hear it. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on it. Y'all have a good night. Peace.